Hi, Barbara. Traffic was horrible. I'm saying.
All I want is nothing more than to hear you knocking at my door. But if I could see your face once more, I could die a happy girl, I'm sure. When you said your last goodbye, I died a little bit inside. You took my soul and I don't cry. A world without you by my side. Like you are, like you are. Now you brought out the best in me, a part of me I'd never seen. You took my soul and wiped it clean. Oh, our love was made for movie screens. But if you love me, why'd you leave me? We'll take my body, we'll take my body. I'll find somebody, I'll find somebody like you are, like you are. I would only be in your way, and I will always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you.
We just got back from Louise's funeral, guys. It has been an emotional day. We got there early. We got there like 11:15, and it was way too early. So we went and sat at the shop, and then we went back when it really started at noon, because the burial site is close to the shop. So when we got there, they had already congregated around the hole. And the minute Jada walked in, Louise's sister Esther said, Louise's other granddaughter is going to sing a song for Louise. And so her husband went and grabbed a lawn chair for Jada. He grabbed the chair from his car or his truck. And that brought me to tears right away, because that was Louise's thing. She always had a lawn chair. She taught me to have a lawn chair in my car at all times. And we bought them with the sacks and the whole work. I don't know why we didn't take one. So Jada sat down and she sang her song, and I thought she nailed it, but she cried throughout maybe 3/4 of the song. But it was so emotional. She brought everybody to tears. She really did. And I think Louise enjoyed that. I really think she enjoyed that, because she just loved the way Jada sang so emotionally. The song that Jada did is called All I Want by Codaline. I'm not going to be able to put any commercials on this video, because I want you guys to hear some of the song that she did, and maybe some of what I did. If I did mine good, because I don't even know how I sounded. I did I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston's version. Even Joe did a song. He did Who's Gonna Pray For Me When Mama's Gone. And that wasn't planned, so that was a cappella, and they all enjoyed him too. All of her sisters kind of remembered Joe, and he got up and he said, well, guys, I'm Louise's boyfriend because she told me I was. So she was my girlfriend. Then she looks at Ron and goes, sorry, Ron. And for all Ron in his dementia with the stroke and everything else, Ron remembered me and Joe, and he came to me and they wheeled him over to me and he said, when I go, I want you to sing Unchained Melody. And I was like, how did you remember that I used to sing that song? Because I used to sing at all the same locations Jada sang at. And he goes, oh, I always love that one. I want you to do that one. And he talked computers with Joe. So he comes and he goes. So we went to the repast, and that was wonderful. And then we came home and we're just like really emotionally tired. Not physically tired, but emotionally tired. And my family that's coming to visit right now, my guests, just called to say that they're 40 miles away. So I got to go heat up the food that I made yesterday. And I'm really looking forward to hosting them. And I'm going to vlog. And I don't know that we'll do a cooking show though. He wants to, because he's like, when am I going to come there again? I'm spilling more of the beans. You guys are getting a clue more and more who's coming. So anyways, yeah. Have you guys noticed that my life has pretty much been a bunch of highs and lows? I mean, we had the low of mommy having the reoccurrence of cancer. Then my uncle died. Then we got back and Louise died. And then mom had her birthday. We had her birthday party. And then my family member got off. They got acquitted. And then now Sherry Shepherd came to the house. Wasn't that so awesome? I mean, I'm going to start inviting everybody that I can think of. And, you know, sometimes it'll probably be people some of my viewers won't like. But if they accept and they're humble and they're awesome enough to come, yeah, they're coming. But I've always liked Sherry Shepherd. I like her comedy, and I always thought that she was truthful and honest, and so that's why I invited her. And when she came, you could have not met a more humble person. Very humble. You know what I liked about her the most? She knew how to receive. You know, when you want to know if somebody should be in your life or not, you should go ahead and give them a gift and see how they receive it. And if they receive that gift the right way, then you know that's the right person to be in your life. She knew how to receive. She knew how to give. I mean, even after I uploaded the video, she said, text me when you have the link ready, and I'm going to go share it with all my people. I didn't know she was going to put it on Instagram, because there have been times when she stays off of social media. And she put it on her Instagram, and she wrote the most beautiful, I'm going to call it an essay, you know, the most beautiful essay about me. I mean, she captured my essence to the T. Jada was the one that blabbed her ear off about me when they went to go pick her up. And so anyways, I'm going to share that with you guys. I did like a snapshot or something, whatever you do on the phone, that Jada took the shot for me, and I'm going to post it here, and I'm going to let it stay for a while that you guys can pause and read what she said about me, because it just had me in tears, because I was like, wow, not only did she come and give up her time so freely. I mean, it took a while. It took like an hour and a half or hour and 40 minutes for Sherry to get here. We recorded for a half hour. She stayed for another 40 minutes to eat and enjoy her gifts. And then I packed her up a bunch of food, because I'm so glad that she wanted to take the food. I got little take-home packages. And then we took her back. And that's another 2 hours to take her back because of the traffic. I mean, she spent almost her entire day with me. I mean, I don't take that lightly. These people like Sherry, whenever they have to use their time making money. I mean, I need to use my time making money too, but they need to use their time making money. And she did that for free. There was never once the topic of money or anything like that. I want you guys to know that. She came, we didn't rehearse any of that. That's just her persona. You know, she is a comedian, and she played off of me really, really well. And now that she has come, I know things that I want to do different next time. I didn't know that I was going to tape the show like a live on tape thing, you know, because I didn't really edit anything out except when we stopped and started the camera. The camera that I use on my face when I'm doing my cooking show is not a video camera. It's a still camera. It's a DSLR, and it's the Rebel T3i. And it tends to want to stop on you sometimes. So before that happens, I'll smile and stop it at a certain spot and then pick up where I left off. At least I try. So that's the only things that we edited, the transitions. And I have that right on her face. And then Jada had this one, the Nikon Loosey Goosey, on her hands, and what we were doing. And then Joshua had the Canon ELPH off to the side, getting the the right side of Sherry's face, and then Jory had the Canon 400. That's a video camera getting the left side of my face, and I had that camera way behind the dinner table to where it was behind the Rebel. Jory moved it because he thought that hold on a second, guys. Jory moved it because he thought that Joshua's head would get in the way when he was running the Rebel, but Joshua moves from the Rebel when he's done, so he could have left it. I still was able to manage some shots or some clips. So next time when somebody else is coming, I know exactly where I want my camera set. I'm going to set them all on tripods, and so that they stay put. See if Joe's going to get that. So yeah. They're here, they're here. Get up, straighten up my chair. Please straighten my chair. Get over the MSG. One Poya has MSG. Josie Wills. Josie Wills.
Hi, Barbara. Traffic was horrible. I'm so sorry for being so late.
How's it going, Brian?
How are you? Joe?
Hey,
Are
Brian.
you videotaping?
Driver on me to tape it.
Oh, good to see you. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty
You
good.
look great. You don't look like you've aged at all.
I know how.
Ever since I've ever known you.
Is that right?
It is right, yeah. Awesome.
Oh, she loves Jory. Already, she didn't like move.
She's being a little shy. Yeah, it's been too long. Where'd you get the bag, George?
My old coach gave it to me a long time ago.
Oh,
So I'm using it.
that's a nice bag. This is Shelly.
Jelly?
George.
Hi.
Jory, you remember
Jan.
Shelly? Do you remember Shelly, Brian's wife?
Hey, I'm just being interested.
I'm her mom. I'm her little sister. No, I'm
I
just
can see
kidding.
my little sister, yeah.
And he's a member of a biker gang now that prevents child abuse.
That makes sense. It's always the people who are always like, oh, I'm a good person, but they're always the biggest hypocrites.
And our attorney said we couldn't turn him in yet. We can now.
Good.
Because they didn't want us to be
Hit
revengeful.
him where it hurts.
Licked you up.
All the money. Wounds will heal. Money takes a while.
Yeah, another doggy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even before the trial.
Yeah.
Because it didn't meet the criteria.
Even if like, you know, so much time in jail for that because somebody has to lie like that.
160 years.
Oh my god, that's life. There you go. That's life. Basically.
And it's not, there's no parole. It's 160 years.
I was even saying maybe it's
I couldn't even let my brain
Yeah.
think that.
No,
I was like,
nothing.
no, I'm not thinking that side. I'm just gonna think, I quit it.
Yeah, it was 30 truths
Just
is
a
what
little
happened.
truth, right.
Yes.
But see, that's how God works.
It was brilliant.
He makes a way where there seems to be no way. Another example of something that we approved for. I don't even know if I had told you this, Barbara.
It's Tuesday, April the 5th, and I'm still so excited from the visit that we had last night from my loved ones. Marie, you're the one that said it so well when you said my life right now has been a bunch of tears, but a bunch of highs. So yes, yesterday we were in tears at Louise's funeral. But then in the evening, my loved ones came to visit. I even invited Leah and her mom over to come and meet them because as a church, Leah's church has prayed for my loved one for the past 2 years and 3 months. Yes, he is the one that got acquitted on Good Friday. And my goodness, I was so happy to receive him into my home. I didn't think I was going to see him this quickly, but when the seminar came up and he's like, I got to stop and see Barbara because she never gave up on me. So that was awesome. I'm so glad that Joe spilled the beans so that I could have food ready for them. So it was an awesome, awesome visit. So, I have a doctor's appointment today. It was supposed to be for yesterday on the 4th, but Louise's funeral preempted that, so it got pushed back to the 19th, and then they called and they moved it up to the today, the 5th. So Joe's going to go with me because he was supposed to have the same appointment with me on the 4th because we have the same doctor. They kind of put us in together every now and then. And then his got moved to the 19th with me, and now he's left out in the cold with his appointment for the 19th, but mine on the 5th. Mine is a follow-up for when I went in earlier this month with those PVCs. Well, I think it was the PVCs. They were acting up. So it's a follow-up. So they always want you to follow up with your primary care physician. So Joe can come. Joe says, I'm going to tag along, and I'm going to tell her, hey, all I need is for you to write me a referral so that I can go see the ENT so I can start the process for getting my hearing aids. So let's see if she'll go for it, because sometimes she does. She's really cool. Yeah, so I'm still just really, really overwhelmed and so happy over Sherry Shepherd's visit. I know Angie and Marie, you guys probably don't know who she is because she is a star over here in America, and she's like host of like this newlywed game show. Well, that's not being recorded anymore, but she hosted it for a while. And She's a comedian, of course, and she's an actress. She was the co-host on The Talk, which was a talk show owned by Barbara Walters. So she had a big boss. And she's still on that show, but she only fills in when somebody's sick because she really wants to continue her acting career. So she's in a lot of movies. I don't think any of them you guys would have ever seen, but just rest assured that her coming here is like putting me on like a national stage, so to speak, because when Mario came, he was local, because Mario's only known here in Southern California or in the other states that he's worked in the past, but Sherry is kind of known within a lot of the 50 states. So she definitely has a lot of connections, like she said on the show. You guys saw that, right? On the cooking show, she says, I have a lot of connections I can make for you. And I didn't pick that up and run with it because I would never want her to think that that's why I want her to come here. Yes, that would be like the gravy in the whole thing, but I wanted her and I wanted to celebrate her that day, and it wasn't about who you can get me to. I'm never like that. Even if you have a connection to somebody that I really want to know, I'm not going to milk you for that connection. I want you to organically want to do that for me. So that thing that she wrote about me in Instagram, I mean, my goodness, she captured the essence of me, because that's how I've always been. I've never been the kind to just like beg. I've never been the kind to use. I've always been the one that wants to help somebody make a connection and the one that wants to give. And so, you know, that comes back to me in my lifetime. Sometimes a little bit slowly, but it comes back. So I'm really, really happy that she came. I'm happy with what she wrote. She never told me she was going to write it. I saw something on Twitter and I couldn't open it. Like you tap on the thing to read more and it didn't want to open. So my sister found it on Instagram, you know, and she called, she goes, did you see what Sherry wrote about you? And I go, what? And she read it to me because I couldn't open it on Instagram either. And then she, Jada screenshotted it, and then that's how I was able to share it, and I'll put it at the end of this video so you guys can read it. She wrote that of her own free accord, just from knowing me, you know, and knowing me that one day, let's put it that way. And yeah, you know, Joe and Jada went to go pick up Sherry because Sherry needed the time to sleep in the back of the car because she's so busy. She's that busy. She has to like sleep in between auditions. And Joe says when he was waiting on the street to pick up Sherry where she was staying, there was a lady that came with a camera because it was a good part of town. And she was just like slyly videotaping Joe. I'm like, how would you profile him just because he's black and bald? You're profiling him when he's sitting there with a stunningly beautiful red-headed girl? I wouldn't profile somebody like that. Would you? You know, Joe's like, it was disgusting. You know, the way she was just like with that camera trying to be all sly about it. So then they brought her here, and Jada said she did not sleep a wink. And I said, Jada, please tell me you did not talk her ear off. She needed to sleep. And Jada says, no, she says sleep is overrated. And she wanted to get to know Jada and Joe. And then she came here, she did her thing, she was energetic. And on the way back, I said, you can sleep. She goes, oh girl, please. I want to spend some more time with your loving family. And so just an awesome, awesome lady. You know, just a really, really awesome lady. If the person was rude and not humble, I would have told you. Because you guys know I tell the truth. So now, Joe says I'm kind of feeling myself. Because I said, next person up on the chopping block I want to invite is Shamar Moore. Now let me tell you, Jada loves her some Shamar Moore. Okay, even though he's older. Jada calls him Chocolate Thunder, Chocolate Moose, because that's what the character calls him on the show. Penelope calls him on the show. And so I told Jada, next one, because Joe was the one that suggested that. We've seen him in person at a talk show before, and he is over the top with his energy and his givingness. He really gives a lot. And so I would love for him to come here. He's promoting a movie that he made himself. He raised the money through Indiegogo, and the movie's coming out later on this year, and he's going to be promoting that movie. That's why he left the show, Criminal Minds. And so, of course, I've got it in my thick skull now that I want to invite Shamar Moore. So I'm trying to find a contact information on him because he's more popular on Instagram. And Instagram is not a, what do you call the thing? Streaming live thing. You know, so a lot of people comment. I'm like, oh, shut up already. Like, every time you look at his page, it's like 600 comments already. He's not going to see mine. So I need to find an email. Hey, babe, what time is it?
9:14.
9:14. Okay, guys, I need to bail. The appointment is at 9:50, and parking is an issue over there. So I'll let you guys know how it goes later. But what do you think about Shamar Moore? Start suggesting people for me, okay? Start suggesting people so that I can invite them. I don't know if they're going to come, but I'm sure going to invite. Oh, I almost forgot, guys, before I shut the camera off. They're going to pick the winners today for YouTube Next Up. There's going to be 360 winners. I don't know if I'm going to be one of them, because when I went back to go check, I didn't realize that you had to like write an essay and all that stuff. And I just pretty much said, I want to win because I need to learn. I need to get better at my craft and I need to learn. And then I thought it was one of those things that was like limited by characters, right? And then they asked you to put a video. I didn't put the 1-minute video when I show everything that's been happening here at the show, because Joshua said that was not a good depiction of what the show was about, you know, because they want to see that you know how to handle the camera and your usual style for the show. So I put some of the video. I don't know which one I put, guys, but they're gonna pick the winner today, and I'm hoping that I'm one of the winners. And at the same token, I know if I'm one of the winners, it's gonna be rough for me in the middle of April, because I'm gonna have to go to LA every day from Monday to Friday during the week of April 18th. I might have to sleep at my mom's or my sister's a couple of nights out of those 5 nights. I don't want to leave my kids unattended, not knowing who this stalker is. Like Terry said, I hope it's somebody pulling a prank and we could say knock it off. But if it's that guy that I suspect across the street, I was speaking with my family members, because they're both therapists, husband and wife. And they're like, that's an antisocial behavior from what you've described, and do not confront him if you even think it could be him, because it could get bad pretty quickly. So I'm hoping, like Terry says, it's a prankster. So, and you know, I hate pranks. I hate practical jokes. Like I told Terry in my answer, I'm the kind of person that if you come from behind me and do this, you're going to get punched in the face, because I don't take well with that type of stuff. I don't, like I went to a party one time years ago, and one of Joe's friend was kind of tipsy, and he grabbed me by my wrist here, like, Barbara, I'm talking to you. And when he grabbed me by that wrist, I felt so restrained that I kicked him in the junk. And he was just like, what? And I was like, don't touch me like that. You don't know me like that. I'm not your woman. I don't care if you're drunk. I don't let people get away with stuff because they're drunk, because they know what they're doing. They just use that as an excuse, you know, to do stuff at you. So anyways, after that appointment, I'll catch you guys a little bit later. After we did our songs, Jada and I were asked to speak about Louise, and although it was difficult, we're so glad to be included. This young lady right here, Nikki, standing next to me, used to sing everywhere Jada used to perform at, but she just stopped singing. All the kids stopped singing except for Jada. Josh was posing with the guitar like if he can play. He sure can pose with it, but can't play a lick. Now, they lowered her in the grave, and I feel so sorry for Ron, because he just saluted her and said, I'll see you again soon, Louise. So now we've all decided that we're going to go to the repast. Take a look at Louise, guys. This is the picture that they put inside the book. This is exactly how she was. Now here's my sweet Navy. This is my cousin, but she calls me Aunt Barbara. Now this is what Sherry Shepherd said about me. I'm going to try to slow it down so you guys can read it, okay? Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Please check out my other channels right here to the right of your screen, the cooking channel, the product review channel, and Joe's channel. The links are in the description box.